Starting with the center console here in the Q3, we're going to start at the very bottom and come all the way down to the gear lever here. Now we've of course got a park brake, nice and easy, that's traditional. As you pop the car into gear and drive away, that'll automatically release. We've also got here the auto hold button. Now that allows the park brake to enable itself and hold whilst you're sitting stationary in traffic or at a traffic light. So when we press that, that simply just engages every time the vehicle comes to a halt. You'll be able to take your foot off the brake pedal, let the car sit there and wait until you're ready to accelerate away. And gear lever is fairly easy and simple, but you must always make sure that your foot's on the brake for that to release out of park. We've got a little control behind here, which obviously allows us to release and then roll down in the gear side. Over on these buttons here, we've got both, of course, our USB-C and USB-A connections for both types of ports and charging cables. We've also got our wireless charge cradle here anyway. Traction control release and auto and hill descent control, more off-roading features which most customers don't use, but I will consult you to obviously go into your manual to have a look at those features. Hazards, of course, the most important one, just in case you do get in trouble. That's then they're available for you in the situation. And our parking sensor engagement, or certainly to switch them off if they're annoying you. As we roll up into the air conditioning functionality, we've got dual zone air conditioning here. So we've got a left side temperature and we've then got a right side temperature. Now these zones can be automatically set and changed to suit each driver and passenger, but then we've also got the functionality and ability by pressing and holding the auto button to sync both of those zones. So now we're able to change both of them at the same time. Air conditioning on and off, as well as auto functionality, allow it to set the fan speed and direction based on the temperature you've then requested there. We can, of course, manually take these over by simply just adjusting those ourselves and pressing these buttons here. Now on some cars, you'll have the heated seat functionality. 3 obviously has allowed the warmest heated, with 2 and 1 to then being a little more restrained and cool, whilst then being off. Now if those buttons are blank, then obviously you do not have the function. Auto front demister, giving it full max power on the front windscreen there. Rear demister, allowing obviously it to all clear out. Just turn that back down there. Allowing it to all clear out, obviously on the back windows for those winter times. Nice and simple and easy. Now as we go through the center console here, we have a few different functionalities that we can go through. Now the more namesake ones that we're used to, of course, radio, being your AM, FM, and of course digital radio system now. Media, being your USB ports, the SD card which we can plug in, or our Bluetooth streaming from obviously our phone. Telephone system, so our call system, our call logs, and of course our address books all in there. And then navigation, which of course is run through the data sim and gives us full live Google mapping as we go as well. A few other functionalities, the phone apps there are your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay functions, car and car settings, so allowing us to then change functions like I mentioned earlier about auto locking whilst driving, and some other little simple settings as well. Shortcut functionality where we can change the layout of this screen, much like a phone. You can press and move these tiles to suit you. And settings for the car, of course, dates, times, updates as well, of course, much like a phone where software updates can be brought through. Very simple and easy. Over on here, we've got a help guide. We've got a fully integrated manual that's up on the system here, which can be used. User is your My Audi account, and you'll log in there to then pair the car to your phone, and of course your car to the account, where then you can check and see through with the Q3 of user functionalities like being able to push maps to the car, so you're able to send a simple message to the car with a map address so that you don't have to go and punch it away in here. Messages or text messages from your phone. Weather, being that full data integration. We've also got weather and also to for your current location and also to your destination if you've got a navigation map set. And of course legal, all the normal mumbo jumbo there as well. So as we go back, when we do click into radio, got a very simple functionality there. We can just go up here, we can select the stations that we want, and that'll then load up. We can change the source if we want a particular one. We can go AM, FM, digital, right? And we can set up our favorites as well as we go. Media, as I mentioned before, we've got our media section there too. Now a source is our main area, and this allows us to go between that SD card, USB, and of course a connected device, whether that be a phone or an iPad. Any other Bluetooth device can be set up. That Bluetooth device can be different from the actual phone that's being used to make phone calls. So you have multiple devices paired at one time. Just don't tell the kids. Phones, when they're connected, they're very simple and easy to do. We just go into our phone settings in order to set up our Bluetooth. Connect phone, that'll search, that'll find it. We then want to click on our phone. Generally speaking, we prefer we do it through this section here, not through the car, especially if you're at the Audi dealership, because there's usually a couple that you'll find in terms of the Audi section. So once we click through into there, right, when your phone's displayed on there, accept the messages on the screen, and that'll be all done and paired up. When we go through the navigation, quite a fun one, because as I mentioned before, this is fully set up within the Google Assist, Google data functionality, so of course the Google search engine. We see a pretty traditional map there that we're used to. Now one of the great little functions here is, as you can see, traffic here on the left side signifies as online. Now that traffic functionality means that we are seeing these little lines here, right, traffic lines, as a good easy run out on Pennant Hills Road. Now, if that would be the case, fantastic, but if there's any changes, or of course any route changes there, then we're going to see the difference. That will have a more built up, and the car will get a more accurate drive or an accurate ETA to your location. It will also suggest if there's a quicker way. If it finds that the system can recognize that road's going to be much slower than an alternative route, it'll tell you and allow you to then go along that quicker route anyway. Now as we roll along the functionality here, go to the search button up the top. We're going to click search through. Okay, it's a beautiful little part that as it starts to set up for the first time in this particular car, gives you all these little hints to then run across. Now, as you would have noticed there, we've got the ability for us to be able to set up different locations, different functionality, and also to use that letter pad or use the scribble pad instead, and that's just through here. So by setting that little scribble pad, I can search a location like Bunnings. Bit weird when you
Bunnings,
and we can see her there. She's then given me all the addresses for Bunnings that are local, right? I've actually got the ratings and distances on there. So I don't need to know the address of a location, particularly a business address or a restaurant. I can just know what the restaurant is, and that way I can take it from there by then setting that through. So if I'm actually going to do that again, one of the great functions that we can then set up, say for example in this case, is a petrol station. So I need to know where the nearest petrol station is, but because of that data connection, we can see here on the left side, right side, that I've actually got the fuel pricing. It knows that I'm putting premium unleaded in here and it's giving me all the prices. So I go to the BP because that's a little bit cheaper, and then I've got the location. Very simple and easy. I can even get details like, of course, calling them, having the details of the location, where the temperature is, how long it's going to take me, or before I pop that across. Nice and simple.